if you pay the price. She'll let you deep inside. There's a secret garden she hides. She'll let you in her car to go driving mine. She'll let you into the parts of herself that'll bring you down. She'll let you in her heart if you got a hammer and a vise, but into the secret garden, don't think twice. You've gone a million miles. How far'd you get? That place where you can't remember and you can't forget. She'll lead you down the path. There'll be tenderness in the air. She'll let you come just far enough so you know she's really there.
I feel so close to you right now, it's a force field. I wear my heart up on my sleeve like a big deal. Your love pours down on me, surround me like a waterfall. And there's no stopping us right now. I feel so close to you right now. Stopping us right now. I feel so close to you right now. No stopping us right now.
To start off the night, we will be starting
no
with the
stopping
introduction
us right now
of the sister of Chuck, Shailene Bowman. Everyone, big round of applause.
Hey. Bring 'em out, yeah. Bring 'em out, hey. Bring 'em out, VIP, coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life without me. Most feds in the state wanna see by me. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other rapper got
Next,
it.
I'd like to call out Chuck's mother, Denise Bowman. Everyone put your hands together.
This is that ice cold Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Styling,
Next, I'd like to call out the groom's father, Chuck Bowman. Everybody put it together. I would like to call out Natasha's brother and his girlfriend, Neil Mehta and Ida Sira. Everybody put your hands together.
Man's white flower, it's in every living thing. Mind, use your power. Spirit, use your wings.
Next, I would like to call out Natasha's sister, Alicia Mystery, and her husband, Hummel Mystery, accompanied with Natasha's niece, Olivia. I would like to call out Natasha's mother, Nina Mehta. Everybody make some noise! I would like to call out Natasha's father, Dr. Ketan Mehta. Everybody put your hands together!
बचना ऐ हसीनों तो मैं आ गया ये बचना ऐ हसीनों लो मैं आ गया हुस्न का आशिक हुस्न का दुश्मन अपनी अदा है यारों से जुदा बचना ऐ हसीनों लो मैं आ गया
Now is the time we're waiting for. The lovely couple is right outside of.
When the lights come on, everybody's screaming, lighters in the sky, and everybody's singing every word to every song of the girl they're taking home tonight. When the lights come on, everybody's feeling a hallelujah high from the floor to the ceiling. Yeah, the drink that we're drinking, the smoke that we're smoking, the party we throw, it's going all night long. When the lights come on, when the lights come on. I could stay awake just to hear you breathing, watch you smile while you are sleeping, while you're far away and dreaming. I could spend my life in this sweet surrender. stay lost in this moment forever. Every moment spent with you is a moment I treasure. Don't wanna close my eyes, I don't wanna fall asleep, 'cause I miss you, baby, and I don't wanna miss a thing. 'Cause even when I dream of you, the sweetest dream would never do. I'd still miss you, baby, and I don't wanna miss a thing. Lying close to you, feeling your heart beating, and I'm wondering what you're dreaming, wondering if it's me you're seeing. Then I kiss your eyes and thank God we're together. And I just wanna stay with you in this moment forever, forever and ever. I don't wanna close my eyes, I don't wanna fall asleep, 'cause I miss you, baby, and I don't wanna miss a thing. 'Cause even when I dream of you, the sweetest dream will never do. I'd still miss you, baby, and I don't wanna miss a thing. And I don't wanna miss one smile, I don't wanna miss one kiss. I just wanna be with you, right here with you, just like this. I just wanna hold you close, I feel your heart so close to mine, and just stay here in this moment for all the rest of time. Yeah, 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 yeah. Don't wanna close my eyes, don't wanna fall asleep, 'cause I miss you, baby, and I don't wanna miss a thing. 'Cause even when I dream of you, the sweetest dream would never do. I'd still miss you, baby, and I don't wanna miss a thing. I don't wanna close my eyes, I don't wanna fall asleep, 'cause I miss you, baby, and I don't wanna miss a thing. 'Cause even when I dream of you, the sweetest dream will never do. But I still miss you, baby, and I don't wanna miss a thing. Don't wanna close my eyes, I don't wanna fall asleep, yeah. I don't wanna miss a thing.
Hello, everybody, and good evening. I think everybody knows me by now. I'm Nina, Natasha's mother. And can you put it behind me, please? And I'd like to give a big welcome to all of my friends and family here tonight. We are so, so honored to have so many of you celebrating this day, these events with us. And some of you have come from as far away as 2 hours from Sonoma County, and some as far as India, and many, many places in between, such as Michigan, Texas, Tennessee, Southern California, and of course, Philadelphia. So again, a warm welcome. And Arizona, I'm sorry. Did I miss anything? What's that? Canada. LA, Ohio, London, India. I said India. Arkansas. Oh, I think we covered the globe there. So, and of course, a warm welcome and congratulations to all of Chuck's family. Also, a big thank you, I have to say, to Stacy of They So Loved Events, our wedding planner, who did an amazing job over the past several months coordinating our wedding weekend. So, Stacy, I don't know if you're here. I really want to thank you. Appreciate it very, very much. All of you know, all the moms in this room know, that the most exciting moment of a mom's life is when she holds her baby in her arms for the first time. But I must say that today has just been as exciting a day for me. Natasha, you know I have looked forward to this day for quite a while. And the last several months have been full of planning, and the last week has been the busiest of all. But today made it all worthwhile, and every busy moment was so worth it. Natasha, you have made a stunning bride. I think we can all agree to this. And Chuck, just as dashing a groom. And this weekend also has been spectacular because it has brought so many of our friends and family from far and wide together. Yeah. Can you wait a minute, Olivia? Okay.
Olivia wants to give a speech.
It may be hard to imagine, but as a child, Natasha was extremely shy. In grade school, I was the one arranging for her play dates to come play at our house. So instead of her saying, "Mom, can I have Annie come over?" I was like, "Annie, can you come over and play?" But as she grew older, it was my pleasure, as it is, all of you would agree, to watch her grow into the outgoing, fun-loving person that she is today. For those of you that know Natasha well, you know she loves her daily Starbucks coffee, her spin classes, and Leo, her 6-year-old dog. Which is good because Chuck also loves his Starbucks coffee, his CrossFit classes, and Leo too. She also loves traveling, and when I saw her passport recently, it was so thick with pages, I thought it looked like an old lady's pocketbook. But you can see she is well-traveled. This spring, Chuck and Natasha were able to travel to Asia, and soon will be leaving on their exciting honeymoon trip on an African safari. Chuck is well prepared with not just one, but 2 cameras, so he doesn't miss out on any animal pictures, all those tigers and lions, And of course, their pictures together on their first trip as Mr. and Mrs. Bowman. Natasha left for college at 17 for UCLA and then on to law school in San Francisco. But she and I have always stayed close over many lengthy phone calls, telling each other what was going on in our lives. 2 years ago, when she decided to do the MBA program, she had many schools to choose from, as did Chuck, a native of Pennsylvania. But they both independently chose to go to McCombs School of Business at UT Austin in Texas. And thus Natasha from the West Coast in California and Chuck all the way on the East Coast in Pennsylvania were destined to meet. And the rest is history. In her first semester in MBA program, when she was struggling a little bit with her finance classwork, she said to me, "I have a classmate who's been really helpful and insists that I can get through this rigor of a curriculum and to not give up Of course, now we know what his motives were. For they soon became good friends and then started dating, and here we are today. I have gotten to know and spend time with Chuck over the past year, and I am confident that they will make each other very happy. Natasha and Chuck, my wish for you today, as you begin your journey together, is to stay happy, healthy, and content, and may your love, support, and most importantly, your friendship grow each day for the rest of your life. And with that, if everyone can join me in a toast to their happiness and future. To Mr. and Mrs. Bowman.
Welcome to all of you. Nina has said everything. I don't think I have a whole lot to add as far as how the event and everything took place. We were in Detroit, Michigan, when Natasha was born. And in 1987, we moved to California. Natasha is a very fun-loving person. She loves sports. Skiing was her favorite sport, and we skied almost every year since she was 4 years old, and she still continues doing it every season. In fact, I don't know if Chuck, you and Natasha went for a ski trip or not, but Natasha really enjoys that. Water, she loves. Scuba diving was her passion, snorkeling, and I think I don't take too much time. This event, the beauty, the organization, Nina has done a tremendous job with 100% attention to the minutest detail. And she really looked after every single detail. I would say that she has done 100% of the work, and probably she had to do 110% because I was probably creating some obstruction to for ideas. But I think overall, event worked out very well. Natasha and Chuck have been very, very happy, and your parents have been very happy. I've been communicating with them. So Natasha, I'll just say a few words about this poem that I happened to land just as recently as today. So it was just yesterday, not too long ago, you came along to bless our lives. Those cries and tantrums that mark your arrival clearly come to me as a musical echo. Vividly, I see you rocking you, my little angel, in your cradle to and fro. If only I could back in time, I would gladly do so. I remember your many milestones and the day you turned into a sweet 16. The sweetness from you, as in spring eternal, flows in perpetual exuberance. That towards you came a handsome Valentine on a galloping steed, and a silver armor fell head over heels, eyes crossed and heart that yielded to an everlasting romance. And Chuck did come on a horse today. I remember the graduations, many, and the gowns and caps you wore. I have attended all your graduations, and I hope this was the last one because you've been getting degree after degree after degree. At each of this occasion, my eyes were locked in a gaze in an adoring armor, high school, college, bar, and MBA. You took it with grace in your stride. At every landmark event, you filled us with honor, abundance, and plentiful of pride. From my child to my friend, and now my peer. Not only you, Natasha, but Chuck and you both. This bond I greatly admire and revere with you. I have established a groove that only between us, our unique love can behoove. Natasha, I remember those nights of nursery rhymes a narration of stories of fairness and wonderful tales once upon a time. Of course, I remember you crying in the middle of the night several times. And we had to pacify you, but you were a great girl. You needed just some little holding, and that took care of everything. So I won't go into more. I think let's keep the momentum going for the whole occasion. Thank you, everybody, for your blessings, for your presence here. And I think without all of you, we certainly wouldn't have enjoyed this occasion with this grace, this honor, this much happiness. And thank you for flying from all over the world. And you all didn't hesitate. Invitations came, started agreeing. So we are very thankful to you and will be grateful to you forever. And just one housekeeping announcement, since it's so quiet right now, that we will have the bus leaving every hour tomorrow morning, so that 7:30 till 1:30. So just want to let you know. So thank you. Okay.
Let's have everybody please put your hands together for Sun Bollywood.
धूप से निकल के छाँव से फिसल के हम मिले जहाँ पर लम्हा थम गया
आसमां पिघल के शीशे में ढल के जम गया तो तेरा चेहरा बन गया
दुनिया भुला के तुमसे मिला हूँ निकली है दिल से ये दुआ रंग दे तुम मोहे गेरुआ राजे की दिल से है दुआ रंग दे तुम मोहे गेरुआ
निकली है दिल से ये दुआ
रंग दे तुम मोहे गेरुआ फना है सूफियाना ये दास्ता मैं कारवां मंजिल हो जाता जहां को हर रास्ता
तुमसे जुड़ा जो दिल जरा संभल के दर्द का वो सारा पहाड़ा छन गया
दुनिया बुला के तुमसे मिला हूँ निकली है दिल से ये दुआ रंग दे तुम मोहे गेरुआ रांझे की दिल से है दुआ रंग दे तुम मोहे गेरुआ
खिलन क्यों न जाए तू हो री रे रसिया खिलन क्यों न जाए तू हो री रे रसिया तुझे है तो वे सारी भुइयां कहाँ है बदरी की दुल्हनिया दुल्हनिया
कुर्ती पे तेरी मलू गुलाल रंग बता ब्लू या लाल एयर में तेरे उड़ते बाल आजा रंग दू दोनों गाल अरे सारा रा रा अरे सारा रा रा अरे सारा रा रा कबीरा सारा रा रा
बेबी के देखे झुमके लगा दे चार ठुमके छिछोरे नाचे जम के यूपी में दिन दहाड़े विंडो और छत पे ताड़े हम देखे आके फाड़े अरे 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 तुझ पे टिकी है मेरी नोटी नजरिया तुझको
गया तरस नजरिया लड़ गई आई जवानी जुल्म हुई गवा किस आफत में पड़ गई
अरे सारा रा रा कबीरा सारा रा रा
रामा रामा गजब हो गया तरस नजरिया लड़ गई आई जवानी जुल्म हुई गवा किस आफत में पड़ गई हाय मैं मर गई सूली पे चढ़ गई नो 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 कहना था लेकिन हाँ कर गई दिल तुझको सेंड में तो कर गई रे मैं बदरी की दुल्हनिया
तुझको बना करके ले जाएंगे हम बदरी की दुल्हनिया रानी बना करके ले जाएंगे बदरी की दुल्हनिया मैं डालू ताल पे भंगड़ा तू भी गिद्दा पाले चल ऐसा रंग जमा दे हमके बने सभी मत वाले
मन कहे कि मैं ले आऊं चांद और तारे सारे इन हाथों पर मैं चांद रखूं इस मांग में भर दूं तारे
हेलो हेलो तू फ्लोर पे जब है आई येलो येलो बड़ी सॉलिड मस्ती छाई
हेलो हेलो तू मच है तुमने लगाई येलो येलो कंट्रोल करो मेरे भाई धक 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 धड़के ये दिल छन छन बोले हमने सारी चूड़ियां रात बड़ी है मस्तानी तो दिल भर जानी कर ले गल्ला चूड़ियां
Get a big round of applause for that beautiful performance.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Derek Russell. I am the best man. Iron sharpens iron as one person sharpens another. Proverbs 27:17. I had the honor of meeting both Chuck and Natasha in business school, and I remember talking to my wife about the experiences I'd have in business school, and I was telling her, oh my gosh, I'm gonna meet these fantastic people, valuable relationships, great connections, and just really fun times. And look where I'm standing today. I lived with Chuck for 2 years, and we met because we were both looking for roommates. I went on Facebook, and our program had put together a list of all the possible people are looking for roommates. And I remember looking at this list, and most of the people on the list put things on there as such. Hi, looking for a male or female roommate. I have 3 cats, looking for a cat lover. You may be that special one. Meow. And that just wasn't for me. And then on the bottom of the list, I saw Chuck Bowman. And I thought to myself, okay. And I read what he had wrote, and it said, I love to work out hard. I love to work hard. I love to work. Text me if you're interested in a roommate. And 3 days later, we signed a lease. It was very easy. Dedication. Chuck is one of the most dedicated people I've ever met in my entire life. When he puts his mind to something, he is going to get that something. And he wanted to be a banker. And when we were living together, there was a lot of late nights in the apartment. And one of these particular late nights, I noticed it was about midnight, and he was in his room studying or doing research or reading or whatever the hell bankers do at night. And I saw the light from underneath his door, and I thought to myself, okay, Chuck, okay, Chucky boy, let's see if you can wake up at 5 a.m. like me and study. And then, of course, the next day I wake up, and I race out into the living room, and I look underneath the door, and I see the light there. And he comes out, and he starts explaining this with his laptop and explaining this financial model he had just built. And he's like, I just built this last night. And the man didn't even know I was competing with him. And he still won. Generosity. So there were a lot of very tough moments in business school for me personally. A lot of self-esteem. Am I going to find a job? Why did I move away from my wife? It's just tough. Student loan debt, the economy, Trump, everything. Completely agnostic. But I could go to Chuck with all of my problems. I could go to him with all of my problems, and he had an open door policy. So anytime I needed anything, I would just walk by his open door, and he'd look at me and just take off his earphones. He knew I needed to talk to him. And he'd even sometimes glance away from his computer screen, which Natasha knows what I'm talking about. And I would just vent to him, and he would most of the time say this: Derek, you're the last person I'm worried about. You're going to get multiple offers. You're going to be fine. And every now and then he'd throw a cherry on top, and he'd say, and plus in a couple of years we'll be making $500,000 a year, so don't worry about it. I love those conversations. He pushed me like a brother and a friend really should. Loyalty. Chuck is someone that you can count on, and loyalty is just, it's something hard to explain. It's not something you can just tell a story about. It's something that's inside. It's inside the heart. It's a feeling that you have about somebody. And I think it's this very feeling in this very spot that connected Chuck with Natasha. And ever since Chuck has met Natasha, I've seen his heart expand. I really have. And he's smiled more. He's laughed more. Look at the man. And he's drank a whole lot more wine. Let's just be real. Santa Rosa in the house. And if you can take some time to catch a glimpse of these two tonight, when they're in their moment, you'll see that when they're together, it's like they're on this wonderful voyage in their own wonderful dream. And that's really how they are when they're together. It really is. So, Chuck and Natasha, thank you so much for being my friend and for everything you've done for me and my family. It's really been a blessing to have you in my life. Natasha, your kindness and your coolness and the beauty of your heart and your mind are perfect ingredients for Chuck's life. And I thought I was lucky because I had a new brother in my life, but now I know I'm far more lucky to have a new sister.
Lauren, a good friend of Natasha's, and I'm so excited to be here tonight to help them celebrate their special event. Natasha and I met in business school, and we bonded when we drove together from Austin to Dallas for a marketing trek our first semester. And Natasha drove up 35 like she was training for the Indy 500. I don't know if you know her driving skills, but they're special. As I clung to my seat, we bonded over our love for scary movies and our mutual hatred of stat and finance. 2 years later, I can't put into words how fortunate I feel to have Natasha as a friend. She's the type of friend who is always there to listen with an open heart and offer a hug or sometimes a big glass of wine. When Chuck and Natasha started dating, I noticed an extra spring in her step and a little more excitement in her voice. And I got to see them as a couple together when we went on a class trip to China this past March. And I learned two very important things about Chuck at that time. One is his obsession with photography. He must have taken over 1,000 pictures on that trip. Always had a camera in his hand, and he was always straggling behind the group, trying to get that perfect shot in. But if a camera wasn't in his hand, then he was holding Natasha's hand. And when I saw how considerate and attentive he was toward my friend, I knew that she had found the right guy. I can't tell you how happy I am to be here today to celebrate this with you guys. Someone once said, love doesn't make the world go round, love is what makes the ride worthwhile. I wish the two of you a joyful ride filled with adventure, love, and happiness.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Nate Wagner. I had the pleasure of meeting Chuck and Natasha during our 2 years during the MBA program at the University of Texas. First of all, I'd like to thank the Mehta and Bowman families for their wonderful weekend, celebrating the love and marriage of this beautiful couple this weekend. If we can put our hands together for them, please. So how about this ceremony this morning? I don't think I'll be able to compete with the priest from this morning. He must work his second job downtown San Francisco doing stand-up on the weekends or something when he isn't officiating the marriages. That was wonderful. Who would have thought we would have received so much of an education about coconuts this morning during such a beautiful ceremony? It was great. Chuck, I'd imagine you'd be having nightmares about throwing things into a fire after hearing Swaha for quite some time into the future. Natasha, you look beautiful tonight. It's very easy to see how you and Chuck are meant for each other and embody so many wonderful qualities that will make an everlasting couple into the future. I think your beauty is rubbing off on Chuck tonight, too. Because it's making him slightly more handsome than he normally is. So I became close friends with Chuck during our time at the program at UT, specifically during our time at the MBA Investment Fund, where we were managing millions of dollars of private investors' money as students. Yeah, surprisingly, they trusted the two of us to manage their money for them. And prior to starting at the MBA program, I was actually in the Army. So transitioning from the military was very hard for me. Many of the academic subjects were especially foreign to me. I didn't have much use for accounting, finance, and statistics in the military. And luckily, Chuck had more experience and was able to help coach me along. Hopefully it wasn't for the same reasons that he helped to coach Natasha along during the time in the program. Hopefully his intentions weren't the same there, but but from the priest's own words this morning, marriage is a difficult transition. Since we'll be down in Houston together, I took many notes this morning from the priest. So I hope to be able to pay you back in the future down in Houston and pay back any of that help and generosity that you bestowed on me. By being able to support you with any need while we're down in Houston. And based on your dance moves and rhythm during the party last night, although you did redeem yourself tonight, that was a great first couple dance. My first act of support will be to buy you dance lessons to get you on rhythm. Chuck, the groomsmen and I, we were trying to get you on count. You know, it's 2 and 4, clap, but you were going for 2 and 5, 3 and 5, and Chuck, it's 4 counts. It's 4 counts. It's a 4-count rhythm in most songs. So congratulations to the two of you again. I forgot to bring my glass up here tonight, but if we can all raise our glasses, I'd like to do a toast to the couple. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, and may the rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Congratulations, you two.
दिया
मुसाफिर हूँ मैं दूर का, दीवाना हूँ मैं धूप का, मुझे ना भाए ना भाए ना भाए छावरे।
मनवा लागे ओ मनवा लागे, लागे रे सावरे, लागे रे सावरे, ले तेरा हुआ जिया का जिया का जिया का ये गाँव रे। ऐसी वैसी बोली तेरे नैनों ने बोली, जाने क्यों मैं डोली, ऐसा लगे तेरी होली मैं तू मेरा।
तूने बातें खोली कच्चे धागों में पिरोली, बातों की रंगोली से ना खेलूं ऐसे होली मैं ना तेरा।
किसी का तो होगा ही तू, क्यों ना तुझे मैं ही जीतूं।
खुले ख्वाबों में जीते हैं बाहरे।
मन के धागे ओ मन के धागे, धागे पे सावरे, धागे पे सावरे, है लिखा मैंने तेरा ही तेरा ही तेरा ही तो नाम रे। धिन कड़ाक आजा उड़ के सराट, पैरों से बीड़ी जरा खोल, नगाड़े संग ढोल बाजे धाय धाय धम धम धाय, नगाड़े संग ढोल बाजे धाय 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 धम धाय। ये धिन कड़ाक आजा उड़ के सराट, पैरों से बीड़ी जरा खोल, नगाड़े संग ढोल बाजे धाय धाय धम धम धाय, नगाड़े संग ढोल बाजे धाय धाय
huge round of applause for Sun Bollywood.
Hi everyone, if I haven't met you already, I'm Neil.
And I'm Alicia. Is it me? First, we want to thank everyone for coming to the wedding. And congrats to the newlyweds, Chuck and Natasha.
And I think we can all agree that Natasha is the most beautiful bride that has ever been. From the first time that you brought Chuck home to meet us, I knew things were going to work out between the two of you. And it's because he saw in you what we all see in you. That you're smart, you're funny, you have a strange obsession with terrible movies. But more important, that you're courageous and that you have a beautiful soul on the inside and out.
And it is clear to see that Natasha is the happiest she has ever been in her life. And it has been a pleasure to get to know Chuck over the past year. We wish you both a future full of love, and thanks again for everyone for being here. And also, I forgot to mention, Natasha is an amazing aunt to Olivia. She lights up Olivia every time they get to see each other. And we're excited to see what the future holds for Chuck and Natasha. And thank you all for being here again.
And so with that, I think we'd all like to raise a glass and have a toast to the beautiful newlyweds.
So if I could please ask Natasha and her father to the dance floor.
Look at the two of you dancing that way, lost in the moment and each other's face. So much in love, you're alone in this place, like there's nobody else in the world. I was enough for her not long ago. I was her number one, she told me so, and she still means the world to me, just so you know. So be careful when you hold my girl. Time changes everything, life must go on. I'm not gonna stand in your way. I loved her first, I held her first, and a place in my heart will always be hers. From the first breath she breathed, when she first smiled at me, I knew the love of a father runs deep. And I prayed that she'd find you someday, but it's still hard to give her away. I loved her first. How could that beautiful woman with you be the same freckle-faced kid that I knew? One that I read all those fairy tales to, and tucked into bed all those nights. And I knew the first time I saw you with her, it was only a matter of time. I loved her first, I held her first, and a place in my heart will always be hers. From the first breath she breathed, when she first smiled at me, I knew the love of a father runs deep. And I prayed that she'd find you someday, but it's still hard to give her away. I loved her first, from the first breath she breathed, when she first smiled at me, I knew the love of a father runs deep. Someday you might know what I'm going through, when a miracle smiles up at you. I loved her first.
Next, I would like to call Chuck down to the floor for a mother-son dance.
You're a falling star, you're the getaway car, you're the line in the sand when I go too far. You're the swimming pool on an August day, and you're the perfect thing to say. And you play it coy, but it's kinda cute. Oh, when you smile at me, you know exactly what you do. Baby, don't pretend that you don't know it's true, 'cause you can see it when I look at you. And in this crazy life, and through these crazy times, it's you, you make me sing your every line, your every word, your everything. You're a carousel, you're always so well, and you light me up when you ring my bell. You're a mystery, you're from outer space, you're every minute of my everyday. And I can't believe that I'm your man, and I get to kiss you, baby, just because I can. Whatever comes our way, I will see it through, and you know that's what our love can do. And in this crazy life, and through these crazy times, it's you, you make me sing your every line, your every word, your everything. And in this crazy life, and through these crazy times, it's you, you make me sing your every line, your every word, your everything, your every song, and I sing along, 'cause you're my everything.
All right, let's have a big round of applause for that lovely dance.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. It's been the most amazing day. It's really been perfect. So I just want to thank everyone for coming and give a special thanks to my mom, who has... She's really slaved away for the last 6 months. And I'm sure you guys received many emails from her reminding you about everything going on. And she's been really enthusiastic to plan this day, and she gave us the most amazing, perfect dream wedding. And I want to thank everyone else in my family for being really supportive, for my dad for taking emergency dance lessons with me this week. He loves to dance, so I'm sure you'll all enjoy his dance moves pretty soon. And for my bridesmaids for being real troopers and waking up at 4 a.m. for hair and makeup and being really good friends over the last few years. And for everyone who's traveled from far to see us get married. And I'm really excited to be Mrs. Bowman now and start our life together as a married couple.
Yeah, I agree. So thank you to, obviously, Nina for doing a lot of work for this, my parents for putting up with me for all these years, and thank you for coming out. Thank you to Derek and Nate for all the things you said and didn't say. And I want to say thank you to Kamal. I remember one of our first calls, he asked us what our theme was for the wedding. And we just looked at each other, had no idea what he was talking about. And he's been on several calls since and really, really helped us out throughout. And, yeah.
So we won't bore you with any more speeches. I think we'll go ahead and cut the cake, and it's a really, really good cake.
Sky full of stars, 'cause you light up the park. I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do. 'Cause in the sky full of stars, I think I saw you.
I had a way then, losing it all on my own. I had a heart then, but the queen has been overthrown. And I'm not sleeping now, the dark is too hard to beat. And I'm not keeping now the strength I need to push me. You show the lights that stop me, turn to stone. You shine me when I'm alone, and so I tell myself that I'll be strong and dreaming when they're gone. 'Cause they're calling, calling, calling me home, calling, calling, calling home. You show the lights that stop me, turn to stone. You shine me when I'm alone. Voices I play within my head, touch my own skin and hope they'll still be there. And I think back to when my brother and my sister slept in an unknown place.
All right, we don't want to see anybody sitting down tonight. Let's see all family and friends out on the dance floor.
That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good, good night. I feel it. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That
tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. I feel it. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night.
All right, let's see everybody's hands up. Up.
बड़ी सॉलिड मस्ती छाई
हेलो हेलो तू मुझे घूमने लगाई येलो येलो
Tag team back again. Check it, direct it, let's begin. Party on, party people, let me hear some noise. DC's in the house, jump, jump, rejoices. There's a party over here, a party over there. Wave your hands in the air, shake the dairy, yeah. These three words mean you're getting busy. Whoop, there it is, Hitman.
I'm taking it back to the old school, cause I'm an old fool who's so cool. If you wanna get down, I'ma show you the way. There it is, let me hear you say.
Alright, everybody get your hands up in there.
अरे अभी तो पार्टी शुरू हुई है बाद में ना कहना कुछ भी पहले ही दे दूं वार्निंग पार्टी चलेगी टिल 6 in the morning जी भर के नाच ले वे भी नाच नाच के तोड़ दे सैंडल आंटी पुलिस बुला लेगी तो यार तेरा कर लेगा हैंडल सूचना जनहित में जारी जिसको अपनी जान प्यारी चुपचाप वो फ्लोर पे आके नाचे गाए नखरे बखरे ना दिखाए शर्म को करते बाय बाय माइकल जैक्सन वाले 2-3 एक्शन करके दिखाए पार्टी करनी है हम पार्टी करेंगे किसी के भी पापा से नहीं डरेंगे हम हैं बेटे हम सारे
I want to hear everybody sing.
Everybody is on. Shots, 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 shots. Everybody. Shots, 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 shots,
Those hands up. Everybody hands up. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Come on. Jump.
for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Stylin', wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent. Gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot.
From way back where you know that I don't play. Streets not safe, but I never run away, even when I'm away. OT, there's never much love when we go OT. I pray to make it back in one piece. I pray. That's why I need a one dance, got a Hennessy in my hand. One more time before I go. Higher powers taking a hold on me.
glittery, you're the